have a 5-year-old daughter.
Yes.
So I tell you the best time to talk to somebody. When would be the best time to talk to somebody? No, not when they're young. When they're sleeping. So the best time to talk to anybody is when they're sleeping. So when they're sleeping, why is it the best time to talk to them?
No question.
No question. Yeah. Like, for example, you say to them, I love you when they're awake, and they go, are you sure? Especially if you're from Los Angeles. You didn't say it. You didn't say it with a passion. So better to talk to them while they're asleep. Now, what do you want to tell them when they're asleep? Only 2 things. I love you and thank you. Nothing else. Don't get fancy. Don't get fancy. Really. I love you and thank you will erase whatever's going on in them. If you get fancy like, well, I didn't mean to do it, it's bullshit. You did it. Yeah. So the idea is get them while they're sleeping, and like I did when I worked with this young man who killed his mother at Hawaii State Hospital. So, I stay up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know whether he's sleeping, and I talk to him. Because they had a hard time with him. He spent literally years in seclusion room. And so I talked to him. I said to him, I love you, and I thank you for coming into my life so I can work on those things that I didn't realize I had. Talked to him. Maybe 4 or 5 weeks later, it just all calmed down. You cannot believe what you can do, how destructive you can be, or how peaceful. Because that old story or song, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with, yeah. What a bunch of bullshit, though, Yeah. I mean, utter bullshit, Well, I'm going to watch you guys, because I have the list. I'm going to see whether you're really practicing this stuff. Yeah. I'm going to look at the list, and all of a sudden you hear somebody go,
Getting back to the telling them at night, it just, it's great because I do that, except then you always want to give her a good kiss on the cheek and tell her over and over again, I hope I don't want to wake her.
Yeah, good for you. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Yeah.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. My name's Amy, and I'd like to be a little more clear on the Hawaii tool. So do we just say the word? Is that the same as saying I love you? Just say the word.
Yeah. So here's what I would do.
Thank you.
I would say to the child in me, now listen, we got a new tool. And the tool is called Hawaii. So I'm talking to this child. The tool is called Hawaii. And we're only here to clean. Because if we clean, we're going to be free. So I'm going to do it, and you watch me. And as I do it, you can do it. So you're giving the child permission to do it, and then you're giving the child permission because you've been holding on so long. This is what the child does. It mimics the mother. So now you're beginning to say, let go, and it won't let go because you've been holding on for eons. So now you have to give the child permission. So I said, here's the new tool. Remember, we're only here to set ourselves free from the garbage. And I know I've been holding on, but I give you permission to let go. And Hawaii is one of those tools that we can let go. And so you're talking, constantly talking, until at one time the child will do it for you. That's like Joe Vitale getting up and he's doing the cleaning, but the child was doing it for him. So the child is paramount to your welfare. If you don't get the child over to your side by being consistent, by being simple and clear, by simply saying to the child, I love you, it won't do it. So you have to be clear, you have to be consistent, and you have to fall in love with the child. Yeah. Asking questions is painful to the child. Painful to the max. Because asking questions is not a way to trump memory. It doesn't clean. Anybody else? Yes.
The tool of breathing.
What about breathing?
Breathing, do we do it as we're inspired to do it?
So who would you ask that?
Well, I know I do it frequently.
But who would, don't give me the stuff, now, who would you ask to, how often should I breathe?
Myself.
Yeah, and you'll be fine, perfectly fine. Because the thing you don't want to hang around, you don't want to hang around with a bunch of gurus. You don't want to hang on with anybody because the divinity is in you and it knows everything. You don't want to be in the habit of asking somebody a question because you'll go out. Better to ask a question of yourself. Somebody had a question around here. Yes.
You mentioned Alzheimer's earlier today.
Yeah.
My mom and my grandmother my grandmother had Alzheimer's. My mom has Alzheimer's. I would love to know.
Sure. So one of the things that you have to realize, and it's, again, it's like Joe Vitale is saying, it's going to be strange. Some of the things I'm going to tell you is weirdo. I mean, it is, and I don't care whether you do it or not, because I'm going to do it. Yeah. So I'm just going to share it with you, and you either do it or not, and if you don't do it, I love you anyway. So there's a special fern here on this ground.
Ho'oponopono. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. If you haven't heard of it, brace yourself, because it's the most powerful, the most transformational, the most magical, the most miraculous technique I've ever come across. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. I've written 80 books. I've recorded 15 albums. I have 200 some products. I have a coaching program, certification programs, but nothing ever has had the impact in my life as Ho'oponopono has. I've been teaching it to other people since around 2005. There is great depth to it, though it's very simple. On the very superficial level, there's really only 4 phrases, and you're kind of saying them as a quiet prayer or petition. But there's so much more to it than that. And what I really want you to do is check it out. I want you to check it out for you, your family, your friends, and ultimately for the world. It's that powerful. And as I like to say, expect miracles.